Hello everyone. The topic is goals of financial management. We will learn goals of financial management, meaning of profit maximization, favorable arguments for profit maximization, unfavorable arguments for profit maximization, drawbacks of profit maximization, meaning of wealth maximization, favorable arguments for wealth maximization, and unfavorable arguments for wealth maximization in this presentation. The two main important goals of financial management are profit maximization and wealth maximization. The meaning of profit maximization goes this way. A business is started and it is started for various purposes and it has various things to be done, but all these things are done only for one goal to be achieved, and that goal is whatever the business has invested in the business, when it is going to get it back, it has to get back something more than whatever it has invested. So whatever the cost has been borne by the business to run the business, if it is going to get something better than whatever it has invested, some kind of surplus amount that is intended to be getting back from those business operations is called as profit. And business always focus on one thing, that this profit, this so-called profit, should be increased as time passes in the business era. Businesses are established for various purposes and they focus on earning profit much more than anything else. Come, let us see what are the favorable arguments for profit maximization. The first being, the main aim of any business that is being established here on this earth is to earn profit, nothing else. And why they focus on earning profit more than anything else is this reason, that profit acts as a measurement tool for checking how the business is being performing in this business world. When the business performance has to be checked, it has to check what is the rate of profit that is being earned. Only that will imply how the business is performing, how the effective and efficiency of the business is in this business world. If it shows that higher profit, it shows that the business is performing really well, and if there are no profits, it shows that the business is performing really worst manner. And profit reduces the risk of the business. If the business has borrowed lot of money from the market, from various sources, and it has to repay it, the principal amount, and it has to, on timely duration, it has to pay the cost for using that funds that has been borrowed from the market, for which the company has to take risk. Only in case if the company is in profitable position, it can meet all the liabilities in a more feasible manner. Hence, it will reduce the risk of the business. Profit is the main source of finance for the company. In case in future, if the business wants to expand into some other business, into some other area, in such case it needs additional finance, and this additional finance can be always taken from or digged from the profit that has been earned in the past years of the company's business. So it acts as a source of finance for the company. Then profit meets the social needs also. If the company is going to earn more profit, it is indirectly telling that this money is going to get into the accounts of the shareholders of the company or owners of the company, or sometimes the company will spend these profits into the developmental activities of the society, by which certain social needs will be met by profitable companies. Hence, these are the arguments that are put forth for profit maximization as the goal. The story doesn't end here. Just because profit is favoring such kind of things in the business world, most of the people are not happy with this enough, because there are other reasons which say that profit is not good for the business and for the society as well. Come, let us see what are the unfavorable arguments for profit maximization. The first being, profit maximization leads to exploitation of workers and customers or consumers. Most of the times, just to earn profit, the company's management may overutilize the available resources, especially the human resource, to produce more amount of goods in a stipulated time, or they might be used for more working hours without any kind of rest being given to the workers. And just to earn more profit, the companies can charge high marginal pricing for their products just to earn profit. Hence, it is said that the profit maximization is not so good as a goal for the company. And profit maximization creates certain kind of immoral practices. It might influence the business owners to become corrupt and involve in unfair trade practices just to reap in that thing called as profit. Just to earn profit, the business owners might do anything that which is already happening in this world. Just to earn profit, the business owner can go to any extent to earn that extra marginal profit on their products. And profit maximization always leads to inequalities among the stakeholders of the business. There are different stakeholders in the business, namely customers, suppliers, and public shareholders. All these people might not be treated equally in the share of profits of the business, which might create inequality and misunderstanding among these stakeholders, which is not so advisable for the company's growth and management. Hence, these are the unfavorable arguments for profit maximization. Though profit has so many unfavorable arguments, it doesn't end there. It has much more drawbacks. The drawbacks are, it is a vague term. It doesn't give the meaning clearly. Profit doesn't mean whether it is profit before depreciation or profit after depreciation, whether profit is before paying tax or profit after being paid the tax. It doesn't clearly mean whether profit before the preference dividend or after the preference dividend is being paid. So still there is a lot of confusions in the clarity of the meaning of profit and profit maximization. Hence, it is not having a clear meaning. It is a vague term. Second, it ignores the time value of money. Profit is one thing which is going to come in the future, and it doesn't focus or it doesn't tell what is the value of the money today that is going to be received somewhere in the future. Hence, it ignores the present value of money, or it forgets the value of money or time value of money that is going to be received somewhere in the future. It ignores risk. As you all know, business is going to be run using the money that is being borrowed from various sources of the market, and it has to keep on paying the timely installments, dues, and the principal amount at the end. For all this purpose, the business has to have liquidity position, because of which the company has to earn more profit. But here it doesn't tell what is the amount of risk the business has to take in to earn so much of profit to be in a safer side. Hence, it ignores risk, because it doesn't tell how much the risk the business has to take in to earn profit. So for all these reasons, Business concerns and individuals who are interested in the business are not much concerned with profit maximization, and as the time has grown up and the business have revolutionized themselves with their purpose and goals, they have come with a recent development and recent goal called as wealth maximization. What is this wealth maximization? This wealth maximization focuses on increasing the value of the shares of the company or increasing the value of the shares held by the public, so that through which the company's value can be increased indirectly. This is becoming the main goal in the modern business era. How to develop or how to enhance the value of the wealth that is being held by the owners of the company, and by which the business can succeed by achieving this goal. Why wealth maximization is being appreciable and accepted worldwide? The reasons are this. There are certain favorable arguments for wealth maximization. The reason being, it is aiming fully to maximize the wealth of the shareholders, which is an added advantage because because people who have invested in the business, their wealth gets increased because of the goal called as wealth maximization, and it is going to compare what is the cost that is being invested and what is the value that is being reaped out of that business, which is going to end up in the creation of wealth. It is going to take in the time value of money and risk to maximize the wealth. Hence, it is acceptable, and wealth maximization provides efficient allocation of resources among various needs of the business. And furthermore, it has a favorable argument because it functions in the interest of the society, because if wealth is going to increase in the business, it is going to result in the betterment of the society. Hence, whole of the society is in favor of the goal called as wealth maximization. Though wealth has so many favorable arguments, it still has certain unfavorable arguments as well. It can be a prescriptive idea that wealth is good, but it is not suitable for the present day business, because the present day business, even to function, not only to function but even to survive in this competitive world, it has to earn some amount of profit. If not, the business cannot be alive in this business world. So wealth maximization is not going to help the present day business. And second, wealth maximization is nothing but profit maximization, which shows that the fruits might be wealth maximization or wealth, but the root for that is profits. Profits are the roots from which wealth of fruits can be earned. And wealth maximization creates conflict between the ownership and management. Ownership here means shareholders get much more benefit, and management is somewhere away from this shareholding, so they get some kind of conflicts between them, and which is going to result in unfavorable condition in the company. And sometimes management owns more number of shares, and these companies, if it is going to keep wealth maximization as a goal, they are the ones who is going to get more benefits. And the ultimate aim of wealth maximization, as I said before, is nothing but profit maximization, as itself says. So wealth maximization can be activated only with the help of the company's profitable position. If the company is not in profitable position, it can never achieve the objective or goal called as wealth maximization. Hence, there are two types of goals for the business: profit maximization and wealth maximization. No company can decide to have only one goal. The companies here in this world, if they want to survive, if they want to grow, and if they want to expand, for n number of years in the coming future, they have to have a balance between profit and wealth. They can start off with profit and they can reach the fruits of wealth, benefiting all the individuals and stakeholders present in this society. Hence, these are the goals of financial management. We learned goals of financial management, meaning of profit maximization, favorable arguments for profit maximization, unfavorable arguments for profit maximization, drawbacks of profit maximization, meaning of wealth maximization, favorable arguments for wealth maximization, and unfavorable arguments for wealth maximization in this presentation. Hope this presentation has given you little understanding towards the topic goals of financial management. For further reading, please refer these books. Thanks for listening.